FABULAMUNDI Playwriting Europe NewVoices is a European collaboration project funded by Creative Europe and with 14 partner organizations from 9 European countries. Our initiative aims to promote creative writing within younger generations, to promote and engage younger audiences in creative writing and writing for the stage, and to train professional playwrights, a new generation of playwrights.
The Drama Lab of Wiener Wortstaetten is a project to support playwrights. It exists in its form since 2022, and it is a very unique format in Austria. It is not an institution where we teach writing, but it is an opportunity. It's an invitation for playwrights to meet and to discuss their texts. We make a call each year, so the playwrights have to apply to be part of Drama Lab, and we get a lot of applications. The selected playwrights then will be featured by us and will be supported not only in an artistic way, but also financially, which is a very important point, I think. The special feature of the Drama Lab 24 was the frame of NewVoices. So we were focusing on young playwrights, young professional playwrights, and we had a very interesting group coming from Austria, Switzerland and Germany. And Johanna Bründl was one of the 5 playwrights we selected, and it was very interesting to work together with her on the text Tender.
Dieses Stück ist kein well-made Kammerspiel für 2. Dieses Stück ist auch nicht plausibel. Es ist ein Theaterpoem, das durch Körper gehen muss. Dieses Stück hat keine Figuren, es hat Metaphern. Es zeigt keine individuelle Beziehung, sondern eine gesellschaftliche Verfasstheit.
One main initiative within FABULAMUNDI is the Playground for New Voices, giving 9 emerging playwrights the opportunity to develop their new plays alongside a professional team of translators, directors and performers.
In the frame of New Voices, we had the chance to choose one play for the Playground selection, and we decided to take Tender by Johanna Bründl, and it is a great opportunity not only for us, but especially for her, to get her play translated into English.
Another core element of the FABULAMUNDI Playground is a public presentation of the developed text. And in Vienna, with Wiener Wortstaetten, we produced a stage reading within our mini-festival Wortstadtnächte in Vienna.
Wir spielen Tennis, wir spielen Volleyball, wir spielen Federball, wir machen Handstand, wir schlagen Rad, wir gehen zum Basketballspielen, wir hopfen am Trampolin, wir laufen Runden am Platz, wir spielen Minigolf, wir laufen.
Nochmal!
Tender might appear at first glance to be about the relationship of a father and his daughter and about sports.
Vater ist Gymnastiktrainer, ist Fußballcoach, ist Tennislehrer, ist Skikadermitglied, ist Fitnessstudioleiter.
Den Körper disziplinieren.
But sports really do act more as a kind of vehicle. Through sports we can see how parenting, closeness and discipline can become sites where power plays out.
Der zweite ist der erste Verlierer, findet mein Vater.
Intentionally chose to not just have one father and one daughter and have this kind of well-made play, this kind of Kammerspiel, as we say in German, but instead split the voice of the daughter into multiple daughters. So there's like, I think, 3 to 4 actresses that portray like also different wishes and different versions of the daughter.
Dieser Atem in meinen Worten,
In seinen
die Ruine also verputzt,
Überzogen mit Gold, was übrig war.
Leib und Brot.
mir geht es gut. Und alles,
Was aus dem Mund kommt,
Befallen.
We could also really connect her with the translator, Shane Anderson, and it was interesting to see that they really connected immediately because he's into sports and she was writing about sports in a totally different way, but they found a very intense level of communication, and I think this translation worked out really well.
Shane was like the best choice as a translator because he not only translates poetry but also has written a very good book about sports himself. So he was really an expert in both fields because I don't see Tender as just a play but also as a kind of poetic style of play.
When I encountered then Hannah's play, I felt very much at home, like, you know, from the first instance, just with like the way that you, like a simple exercise routine could dissolve into something else, you know, like that it could quickly dissolve into power relations, that it could quickly dissolve into care, that it could quickly dissolve into dissolving language. Johanna maybe has a more negative opinion of sports than I do. Yeah, so these were all, you know, this is always so funny in life, how these things that you're kind of rotating around or worked on, that my book came out in 2021, but that accompany you, then it somehow comes to you later, you know, like, and then you deal with it again from a new light. Yeah, I've always had a big interest in theater. I actually started writing by doing a theater play. So when the opportunity came, when Hannah asked, I was very honored and excited and felt like I was going back to my roots.
Insgeheim suche ich für den Schmerz eine Sprache, die aus mir entsteht. Wie auch der Schmerz aus mir selbst, aus den Tiefen meines Magens, aus meinem geröteten Hals, aus meinem fiebernden Kopf.
Herr Doktor, sehen Sie, es ist so, sie ist oft krank.
The title comes from an artwork by Jenny Holzer, which is called It is in your self-interest to find a way to be very tender. And this doesn't just describe the plot directly, but rather acts more as a kind of meta-commentary or a poetic prompt. For me, it opens up a space to ask, what would a different kind of language look like? One that allows for vulnerability, for openness, and for female agency. One that doesn't tame or mangle the female and the non-cis male body.
Ich fühle mich nicht gut.
Mittwoch ist Training, das weißt du?
Ich bin krank, ich fühle mich krank.
And then so, yeah, the translation, I kind of just proceeded like I always proceed, which is hear a voice or voices and try to whittle those down to be as true to those voices as possible.
Tender features discrepancy between the Austrian German that the father speaks and the German that the daughters speak. So we talked within a translation process, we talked a lot about these differences and how to kind of transport that into English.
I like finding these correspondences into another culture too, because I think that's what we're also doing. When I'm translating something into English and thinking perhaps about an American audience more, because I'm, you know, I translate it into American English.
Shane really offered a lot of very good tips when it comes to the differences between British and American English. For example, we talked about the word croissant.
And like a redneck dad in America wouldn't get a croissant.
To change the croissant that the people are eating on stage to donuts. And the father calls them fat rings.
Because I think also a little bit in the freedom of the translator, it should just feel as natural to me in the English as it feels natural to say Kipfel for Hannah. She's trying to say something with this use of the word croissant, and I'm trying to say something with this use of the word donut. We're operating more on a correlation of emotional, linguistic, socioeconomic, all of these things, you know? And if like some language nerd is like catches me, then I think they're probably also smart enough to know why I would have made that decision.
I tried to figure out a different kind of language, a different kind of structure, like an écriture féminine as proposed by Hélène Sixou, or a language of gesture. So a way of writing that refuses to treat words as mere tools, but rather opens up a poetic space for emotional, non-linear and bodily expression on stage. I even wanted to have my characters within the play strive for a language, for a different kind of language, one that could hold contradictions and ambiguities, so the tenderness and the horror all at once. So a language that is fragmented, oscillating, a language that moves, shifts, breaks, and allows itself to stay open.
Wir stellen fest.
Ich habe eine Gerinnungsstörung, ich habe einen Mangel. Im Krankenhaus werden meine Blutproben erneut ausgewertet. Als ich aus dem Fenster sehe, ist der Himmel gelb.
Having the opportunity to have your work translated into a language that almost everybody is able to understand at least a little bit is just really amazing to me. And it was, it was like almost like reading a different play when I read it in English for the first time. So it wasn't, maybe it was a bit shocking because I was like, did I write that? The play will be staged by the Schauspielhaus Graz in March 2026, and it is very exciting.
FABULAMUNDI Playground is where new voices grow, guided by professionals, developed in a collaborative artistic setting and shared with different audiences across Europe.